Coming up next, the Raptors taking on the 76ers. For the Toronto Raptors, they started the season with a victory. Tonight, out to make it a win streak with number 2, Sixers, Raptors. And we'll be right back after this. Time to start the weekend in style. We welcome you to Friday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Toronto. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then Monday, the Denver Nuggets come to town, kicking off a homestand for them.
And for that game against the Hornets, that's one to mark on the schedule. It's their 5th game of the year, and we should start to see lineups get sorted out.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got James Harden, and it's Yao in at the 5. And for the Raptors, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the night. Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball door.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
Here's Bird. And the 17-footer goes down.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
A nice shot by Artest.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's the great one, guarded by Payton. Goes up again. Got a hand on it.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Bird. Three-pointer, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Outside Payton. Here's Drexler. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Goes up on the wing. Shot's good by the great one. The great one's got 5 points.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Pass to Reed. They set a pick. Here's Drexler. There's the triple. Knocks it down from distance.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Van Horn to pass to the great one. Here's Bird. Shot from the low post is good.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Payton. Pass to Drexler. Shoots over Harden. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Drexler's got his second basket of the night.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
They get the rebound. The great one. And he banks in the layup.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And here are the Raptors now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Drops in the 3.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Fast break, here we go. Fires it from 18. Deflected. going for the lob. And a fast break now for the Raptors.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Here's Van Horn, guarded by Reed. Pass to Bird, puts up a deep three. And another miss by Philadelphia. The Raptors have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Payton passes to Drexler. Back to Payton. Rebounded by James Harden.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Pass to the great one. It's blocked. Here's Drexler. In the game against Cleveland, very impressive. Now Payton fires the three, and the three-pointer goes.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Here's Drexler. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Here's the great one. Coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. Over Payton. The great one can't get it to go.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's Drexler. He's got 9. From the right block. Oh, the block just stops it cold and takes possession. Here's the great one. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. The great one's got 9. Toronto leading by 5. Here's Drexler. Pass to Reed. And it's Toronto with another.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Outside Harden. Pure from three-point range.
As soon as James Harden passes half court, defense better have a hand up and contest, or good night.
Pass to Artest. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by the Sixers. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
It was textbook rim protection in that game, taking real pride in shutting down the other team.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's the great one. And Reed pulls it down. The Raptors with a lead. Pass to Payton. Out to the right wing. Here's Drexler. Defended by Harden. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Payton. And he lays it up and in. Payton's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Toronto making a switch here. White's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Howard's checked in. Toronto on D. 8-point game. Shots good by the great one.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Pass to Reed. And here's White. Here's Drexler. And another basket for Toronto.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Ellis is checked in for Philadelphia. 76ers trail by 7. Going inside, and he drops in the layup off the glass. The Great One's got 14.
It's obvious he's taking it upon himself to try and keep them alive.
Pass to Reed. On the wing, Payton. Here's Drexler. Takes the three. Now with a rebound. Here's the Great One. He's guarded by White. Ooh, had a nice open look right there. And now just a 2-point Raptor lead.
Well, this is the basis of James Harden's game, right? That three-point accuracy opens up every other aspect of the floor and his scoring ability.
Now here's Payton. He's got 5. The drive by Harden. Here's Howard. Pass to the Great One. Tries again, and there's the rejection. Outside White. Well, this was a big summer for the 76ers, Grant, trying to capitalize on their championship window with superstar Joel Embiid.
You're spot on, B.A. Acquiring the talent that might allow him to save himself for the home stretch. Of course, last year's playoffs, he battled heroically, but ideally, they'd like him much closer to 100% come the postseason. And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Raptors lead by 3. Here's Noah. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Pass to Payton. Clock at 6. Here's Drexler. And the Raptors miss again. 76ers trail by 3. Here's the Great One. We're just a few games into the new year, Doris. How important is it for a team to start off strong?
I think, BA, it's hugely important. What we've learned historically is that the first 20 games are a good indicator for success. And obviously, if you're younger, can your confidence waver if you get off to a tough start? Veterans can absorb it a little bit better. But to me, those first 20 games, big time important.
Toronto making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Pass to Drexler. Here's Noah with his first shot attempt. It's deflected.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Three-pointer, Buzelis, and that's good. His first bucket of the game. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Now here's Reed. He's another guy who had a great performance in that win against Cleveland. There's Davis with the 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And they pick up 2. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Well, the composure of Dwight Howard against a solid contest. Good finish inside by the big man.
Pass to Drexler from the arc. And again, Toronto with a triple.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Here's the Great One. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Davis. And then Davis punches it home.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. And he jams it home with authority.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
And for Toronto, they're shooting an incredible 61% to start this game. Pass to Drexler. Fires from deep. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
The Great One. It's hauled in by White. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Toronto. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
I mean, every game against this team is so important. That's how it is in a divisional race.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot. Hot!
Toronto trailing. Shot and game clock separated by 5. White, the pass to Drexler. Inside, here's Reed. Ooh, Howard with a block.
There's a reason Dwight Howard has so many all-defensive teams to his credit. Good night with the block.
Drives to the hoop. Deflects the pass. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Philadelphia on top, up by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well,
Toronto has gotten 7 of 12 three-point attempts to fall. And it's Haywood in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. And Harden with the block.
James Harden, when he's locked in and focused, can be an excellent defensive player. But Weiss on the pipes on that one.
and I love how they're working much harder on the glass this quarter and drumming up more second chance opportunities.
Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
White, he's checked in for Peyton. Howard's checked in for Philadelphia.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
That is third personal foul. Third team foul.
Noah passes to White. The 11-footer. He squares up and sinks it. White's got 10 points in the game.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Here's the great one. Oh, the teardrop falls in.
And I'll tell you what, for his size, just about 7 feet, Buzelis is a pretty good passer.
Here's Drexler. Give him 20. Pass to Artest. Shot clock at 6. Here's Drexler. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Van Horn.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Now here's White. Coming in off a 14-point game last time out. To the inside. Here's Haywood. Nails the baby hook. Haywood's got 4 points this quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Here's the great one. Tipped.
Joakim Noah making his presence felt on the defensive end.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. All right, let's use this time to check out the teams with the most steals last year. Philadelphia, number 1.
The steals numbers only tell part of the story. This was a team that made trouble for every opponent with their incredible effort on the defensive end. He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Pass to Artest. And he lobs it up to the rim. Now Howard. He had 10 points in the win against Milwaukee.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Here's Drexler. Haywood passes to Drexler. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Raptors lead by 2.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
What a performance. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Just 5 to shoot. White for 3. Fires in the triple. White's got 13 now.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
To the wing, right side. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Tries the spin move. Reed passes to White. With the crossover, shots blocked. They retain possession. Launches it. The Raptors need to get off a shot. A nice shot by Artest.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Here's the great one with the drive. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
They've been flawless at the line this quarter. They need to stay aggressive and keep drawing fouls. That'll help them chip away at the lead.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Pass to Haywood. Back to White. Here's Haywood. Down low. Here's Drexler. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
Floats one up, and it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. This is his second trip to the line in the game. And the free throw, no good.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Here's Drexler. That one goes in. Drexler's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Harden with a bucket.
I'll tell you what, James Harden has got the kind of frame that he can absorb contact and play right through it.
Oh, stolen by Harden. And now the Sixers on the break. Bird, that's good. Bird's got 11 points.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
White with it. Fires for 3. No good that time. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Sixers on top, leading by just 2. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm alongside Coach Nick Nurse, and I know you're not too happy with the execution at the defensive end. What needs to be cleaned up?
Yeah, we're making some mistakes on some of the switches. We're making some mistakes on some of the weak side. And then when we did get them to miss a couple, they tipped them right back in. So lots to clean up there.
Okay, it'll be a tough halftime speech from Coach.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
And get ready for the fans at first shot from Rule, please. They're measuring up the shot. Window open.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
A look here now at the 76ers. Hey, their spirits are high. They have a chance to start the season on a winning streak. Build up that momentum, guys.
The way they looked in that first game, it certainly wouldn't be a surprise. And a look back now at the first half, as the Sixers have a tight game on their hands.
The pace of this game is suiting them well, and it makes sense. After all, they're the ones setting it up.
Yeah, that's what you want. Establish the tempo while staying under control. They can run away with this literally.
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Toronto trailing. Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got James Harden, and it's Van Horn in at the power forward position. Headed. And it's Bird with a rebound. Bird's got 4 rebounds in the game. The three is up. The great one can't get it to go. The Raptors shooting a solid 53% from the floor. Here's Pettit, still without a bucket. Pass to Drexler. 5 on the clock. Here's Pettit. Lets the three fly. Got a piece of it. Here's the great one. And a two-handed jam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Drexler passes to Payton. And he gets it to go. Payton's got 7 points. The Sixers leading. Here's Van Horn. Pass to Harden. Here's Bird. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor. 90 seconds into the second half now. Here's Pettit.
And good whistle there.
It's his first trip to the line.
First personal foul. First team foul.
The first one falls. Good on both.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Here's the great one. Uses the glass on the layup. The great one's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Here's Drexler, defended by Harden. And it's blocked by Harden. And they'll get another chance. Pettit, good.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's the great one, guarded by Payton. And they get it back. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Here's the great one. He's got 34. Van Horn to pass to Yao. There's the drive. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Protecting the rim well. Love the hustle.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Tipped away. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
And this is exactly why he's out here, in order to block shots in tight games like this.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half. 6 to shoot. Over to the left wing. A nice shot by Artest. Artest has got 12.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Pass to the great one. Oh, wow!
Incredible!
Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Well, it's Harden continuing to evolve as a playmaker. This guy, including his teammates, making them feel good.
To the right side. Here's Reed. Rebound by Philadelphia. Yao's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Van Horn. It's hauled in by Pettit. Toronto has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. That's tipped. Here's Drexler. It's tipped. And they recover it. Payton. Here's Reed. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
Pass to Drexler. Shoots over Harden. It's hauled in by Van Horn. Van Horn's got 4 rebounds now. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And you have to love the focus. He gets hit, but converts it anyway.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Looking at our leaderboard here, last year, the teams that made an art out of transitioning from defense to offense. In third, the 76ers.
And whenever you turn the ball over against them, they pushed it right back at you. Last year, they were just merciless at exploiting teams whenever they made mistakes against them.
And here's Reed. Back to Payton. Jacks up a 3. And James Harden pulls it down. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They lead by 1. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Indiana, where they'll face the Pacers. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. The great one passes to Bird. Oh, he got it with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Well, the Raptors shooting a disappointing 38%. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by Payton.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Drexler, that's good. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Here's the great one. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. The great one's got 41.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Pass to Artest. Here's Drexler. And he's got 28 now. A nice shot by Artest. Artest has got 6 here in the quarter.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Here's Noah. On the wing, Payton. Here's Artest. And a miss there on the triple. The Sixers trailing. Here's Bird. Buries it down low. Bird's got 15. The Raptors have gotten 7 of 16 shots to go so far in the third quarter. Pass to Drexler. Shoots over Harden. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Drexler's got 30 points.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. White, he's checked in for Toronto. Howard's checked in for the Sixers. Here's the great one. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Sixers able to retain possession here. A three from the inbound. Hits the trifecta. The Great Ones got 44.
This guy has been unstoppable. It has not mattered at all what the defense throws at him. He's had an answer.
Back to Payton. The three. Drills it from deep. He's got 13.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Pulls it. And it's Bird missing.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Reed, no good.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
And that one, good. The Great Ones got 46.
Oh, he's putting on a scoring clinic, guys. If it wasn't for him, they would not be in this game.
Pass to Reed. Now Payton. 6 on the shot clock. And rejected. Here's Bird. He's got 15. That one's good for 2. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Bird, that's good.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Here's White. Outside Payton. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
Here's the Great One. He blocks it again. Oh, you can't throw the weak sauce around him.
No, you can't, B.A. I mean, he's sending everything back.
Outside Payton. There's a screen. Throws it up high. Ooh, stolen by Harden. And they're on the break. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Toronto.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
Bruce Ellis is checked in for Philadelphia. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth. Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
And it's blocked by Harden. And he recovers it. Back to White. A deep 3. Rebounded by James Harden. Harden's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's blocked by Davis. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. And Philadelphia making it.
At the line for your Raptors. One shot.
They've been playing with much greater physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line is a bust.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the 4th. And it's Artest in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Pass to Bird. Here's the Great One. Lets it go from deep. And it's Bird missing. Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 4th quarter.
76ers foul. That's his first personal foul. Team is independent.
That free throw no good. The Raptors making a switch here. White's checked in. And he sinks the second. Here's the Great One. Pass to Bird from downtown. Rebound by the Raptors. Reed's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Pettit to take the lead. And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Van Horn. It's hauled in by Pettit. Pettit's got 4 rebounds now. The shot. And again, Toronto, no good. The Sixers leading. Pass to Starks. Here's the great one. And it's good! He hits another one.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Out left to the wing. Here's Haywood. Now here's White. 5 to shoot. Right side, Payton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Sixers lead by 4. Here's Bird. Right wing. Pass to Starks. Here's the great one. He's guarded by White. Shot's good by the great one.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Here's Pettit. The 3-ball. He buries it from 3.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Harden, he's checked in for the Sixers. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, "You're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another." Guys, let's see what happens.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Payton passes to Drexler. They set the screen. Back to Payton. Pass to Pettit. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Pettit's got 5 points in the quarter.
And after being held scoreless in the first half, he's starting to turn it on.
Driving to the basket, the offensive rebound.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
From deep, Philadelphia grabs the miss. Pass to the great one. Here's Yao. Here's Bird. Buries it from 3. And now it's an 8-point Philadelphia lead.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Connects from downtown. Drexler's got 35 in the game.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Now here's Reed. Pass to Payton. Here's Pettit. There's the 3. On target from range. Now just a 2-point 76ers lead.
It's like he needed that halftime break to gather himself. Now he's starting to get his confidence back here.
Reed with a double. Yao. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
And they're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Pass to Drexler. From 13. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Drexler's got 7 points for the quarter. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 6 so far in the 4th. The great one passes to Van Horn. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Back to Payton. Here's Pettit. Pass to Drexler. Outside Payton. Oh, there's the alley. Here's the great one. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And the first one at the line is good. It's both from the stripe.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Pass to Drexler. Banked it in off the glass. Drexler's got 39.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Philadelphia with another miss.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And it's tied up with that one.
Making them when it matters most. Those trips to the line can build some confidence.
Here's the great one. And yes, another basket.
A 60-piece. Oh, my goodness. And it's not his first of the year.
Well, he's tied for the fourth most 60-point games during a single season. It's incredible. Here's Payton. Oh, and they take the lead. Payton's got 16 points here in the second half.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And man, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team, just heartbreaking.
And the 76ers making a change here. Howard's checked in. Here's the great one. Good D by Payton. Toronto's gone 4 of 9 from three-point range in the fourth. It's picked off. Fast break, Philadelphia. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
What a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
Toronto trailing. Here's Drexler. Outside Payton. The three is up. It's good from beyond the arc.
Big time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Now with a rebound.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start...
Oh, okay, then.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment. This game, given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
If there's enough time on the clock to go for a 2-for-1.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Payton passes to Drexler with the floater. And he buries it. And that one brings them within one.
Hey, clashes with the larger defender and makes maybe the biggest shot of the game.
Well, he knows how much was riding on that possession. You get the sense he relishes the chance.
Now they need to think about doubling him. If they wait, he could really catch fire. With the big-time and one, this is now a two-possession game.
Timeout called, the Raptors. 24 seconds left in the fourth. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
The strategy is simple. Get a quick score and foul right away.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Man, what focus. I mean, the hoop and the harm. Incredible. That's exactly what this team needs right now, completing the and one.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than that. A perfect trip to the line to give them the critical 3-point cushion. What poise.
Beyond the arc. Can't get the 3 to fall. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
Here's Drexler. Can't connect. And so it's Philadelphia with the W. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you